I've said twice in as many days that the prophecy that the second coming of Christ is at hand is part of the reason we've gone to war with Iran. Not for Trump, not for Netanyahu, but it's part of the reason. And I don't think it's the whole reason. Extremely conservative politicians often need extremely conservative religious people to get them in power and keep them there. That's true of Netanyahu, that's true of Trump, and that's true in Iran. Netanyahu and Trump are not vested in their religions in so much as Zionism or Christianity is going to bring about the end times for either one of them. But the bases that helped get them in power do believe those things. Just as Christians believe in a second coming of Christ once Israel becomes a whole nation, there's a portion of Zionism that also believes once Israel becomes a whole nation again, the Moshiach can come. That's not all Jews. That is a portion of belief. And so what did we hear yesterday? That the independent journalist Jonathan Larson reported U.S. military commanders were telling troops that the war in Iran is part of God's divine plan to bring about Armageddon. And no, I don't think that's why we're going to a war with Iran, not for President Trump anyway. But it is one way for him to garner support from his base, his MAGA base. Both Netanyahu, who faces an October 2026 election, and President Trump, who faces midterms in November of 2026, are looking to energize their base by allowing them to think they are consolidating Israel. Their idea is to really kick the Palestinians out of Israel. We've heard Trump say he wants to send Palestinians somewhere on the African continent. Do you remember that? Now, Netanyahu faces trial in his country if he is not holding power, and right now he's holding power through emergency actions. Netanyahu is on trial for 3 running corruption cases, which are on hold because the country is at war. Oh, for bribery, fraud, and breach of trust. We could run that here. Bring that over to Trump. Meanwhile, Trump is in trouble with the Epstein files, a story about a woman who told her story of being a 13-year-old girl who was essayed by Trump, accused him. That broke just a few days before we struck Iran. I believe both men are doing this for political survival, rebranding, and diversion from domestic failures. And they believe their religious right will be behind them. Both men underestimated Iran.